Waheguru Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ki Fateh. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about why I became a Sikh and how I decided to convert from the Christian religion to the Sikh faith. Now, in the book Confessions of an American Sikh, which I just published a couple days ago, I talk specifically about why I decided to become a Sikh. And I talk about my background too, and my family, and how we grew up with the Christian religion, but I decided to convert to the Sikh faith. Now in this video I'm going to show you a lot of my old family pictures. Here you can see my mother and father and myself when I was only about 1 year old. And here you can see with me with Santa Claus and all the normal sort of average American type of things that our family was involved in. And my mother was a singer and also a marksman too. So maybe that's where I get some of these abilities to shoot and do marksmanship. My father was in the Marine Corps. He was at the USS Nevada when it was at Pearl Harbor, and he was also quite active in the Christian church as well. He was a deacon at the Church of Christ. My grandfather ran for political office in Iowa. You can see my father and I here at their first house there in Pomona, California, my mother and I. This is also in Pomona, California, where I was born. This is just a simple card I gave my mother on Mother's Day. And you can see the family here, my brother and I and my parents in Christmas. This was my room when I was young. You can see the rifle there in the corner and some of the leanings I had towards marksmanship and shooting. This was a play at our church. You can see the baptismal pool there in the background, and also the cross and the Christian flag there. So you can see I was quite active in the Church of Christ is what it was there. Here it was on my birthday. Now, if you were to ask me why I switched from, or converted, I should say, from the Christian faith to the Sikh faith, I would say that one of the things that I thought about as a young person was that why would be that God would create many people on this planet and only provide that Christians would be saved. So as I grew up, I decided that I wanted to investigate other faiths and other ways that people live. So in all of my upbringing, I think I was guided in those directions. Here you can see my grandfather and I in Iowa, my mother and myself under the Christmas tree. Here I am at Christian camp. You can see me there, right there. It was a summer Christian camp. This is my preschool here, church. You can see me there. And again, you can see me with a rifle there. I always had these leanings towards marksmanship, and I think that was another thing that attracted me to the Sikh faith, was because there are strong traditions towards being a warrior and to defend those that cannot defend themselves in the Sikh faith. So I think I was really attracted to that. Here I am with some Native Americans there. Again, my mother and I at the Pomona house. We used to do a lot of camping too. There we are with my dog and my brother and camping. And here, another Christmas. Looks like we just got up here from spending the night camping. Here I am as just a toddler. There I am with some relatives and my cowboy outfit. Again, the toy pistols. an old fire truck, and my mother showing me Claremont. This is our house in Claremont there. My brother and I and my parents. And again, you can see the old style car. We had wonderful Christmases back in Iowa, there with my grandparents. You can see in that previous picture the sleigh and the snow. I used to ride horses quite a bit too. I started at a very young age. Here I am with my grandfather. I used to love tractors. Again, my grandfather looking down over that cliff. What is that? All right, that was my father. We used to do a lot of camping and traveling. So maybe that's why I had an interest in looking into new cultures and new religions, new ideas, because we did do a lot of traveling. Here we are at the old country church there in Iowa. My grandmother and mother and my cousins too. I'm looking at that third place ribbon like, oh, that's not good enough. So I was very competitive. There I am popping some popcorn. Again, there I am with the toy handgun. My mother and the Santa Claus there. Again, the toy handguns and the cowboy outfit. I did have an attraction there. I have to say, we did eat a lot of meat when I was young. And so gradually as I grew up, I became a vegetarian. He was with my cousins there on the farm in Iowa. And as a toddler, a friend there. This was in the early 60s, late 50s. Eating spaghetti with my brother there. Another Christmas, there was Santa. I think it was actually my father who dressed up as Santa Claus. Never found out for sure, but we had our suspicions. We had a good childhood. There were my two grandmothers under the Christmas tree. My father is Santa. There, my brother. This is an Easter decorative flower arrangement that my mother and I made at the county fair. My grandfather and I in the tractor again in Iowa. We had many Christmases there in Iowa. There's my mother there. This was the country church that she had, not church, but school that she attended there in Iowa. This is at Foothill Country Day School. This is me here in the uniform. This was at our church there having prayer meeting. My cousin Linda on the horse there with me. This is another Christmas in Iowa. This is my father's Santa again. My brother. I used to love to ride horses. This is Trigger. He used to belong to my uncle in Iowa there. Another Christmas. Another Christmas there in Iowa. Like I said, we spent quite a bit of time there in the farm in Iowa. Different Christmases. There I was out with my grandfather, and he used to trap fox for their hides. They gave a bounty for that. I am at the ocean. At the Church of Christ again there. I used to climb everywhere. My parents used to tell me I used to climb out of my crib and used to try to investigate everywhere. Here we are at a American Indian settlement. Now this is here where I'm older in life. Oh, this is an interesting dish that was given to my father, is that a salesman could sell anything, even an ice box, to an Eskimo. Now this is the military school that I attended, and this is formation. See, I reached second in command there at the Harding Military Academy. I think this was another thing that attracted me to the Sikh faith, because I was interested in shooting. This was 1973 when I won the junior state championship. Now this is a letter I sent to my mother explaining to why I was becoming a Sikh, and this is an early picture of me is becoming a Sikh. When I changed my name there, this is the official document, when I changed my name to Gursant Singh in 1981. Another letter to my mother which quotes the Mool Mantra, the Sikh scriptures. Another card to my mother telling her my travels. Now in 1982 I met Sant Charanjit Singh Binarwali at the Darbar Sahib Golden Temple. And this was a picture of him there on the roof of Guru Nanak Nivas. And again, like I said, that one reason I was attracted to the Sikh faith is because of their military tradition and their belief to defend others and to defend themselves when others wouldn't defend themselves. These are early pictures of me. Now eventually I did try to get in the U.S. Army, but was refused because wearing the traditional Sikh turban and beard. This is the press conference that I described in the book, where I, like I said, was trying to protest to get in the U.S. Army. This is later when displaying some of these newspaper clippings from that. And this is when I tried out for the Olympics. Actually, I tried out about 4 or 5 times. And I was very much into target shooting. I still am, actually. And so I tried out for the Olympics, and this was a poster that we made trying to collect donations for that. Here I am at the Darbar Sahib of the Golden Temple at the most recent trip that I was there, that I describe in the book. This was a parade during Guru Nanak's birthday, I believe. And this again is a picture of me there. This was the room that I stayed at there at Siddhi Guru Hargobind Nivas, that's right there by the Baba Atal, by the Darbar Sahib. This is a wedding that I attended, a Sikh wedding. This is a club that I'm trying to start, a Sikh shooting team here in the USA for target shooting. I've always been into military operations, and this is the book, cover of the book, and the back cover of the book. Now you can read Confessions of an American Sikh and buy it on Amazon. This is a book review where Charanjit Singh said, best book he'd ever read about India. So I hope you enjoyed the photographs. I hope you get a little bit of better idea about why I became a Sikh and some of the things I went through. I hope you read the book for a lot more information. Please feel free to email me or to contact me if you'd like to know more about why I became a Sikh and some of the things I've gone through. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.